let's attack, and we'll play the famous play of the old Eldrazi Tron decks back in the day in Modern, where they would ooh, wow, that's fun. Where they would assemble Tron on turn 3 and go double Matter Reshaper. There you go. 1 Matter Reshaper, 2 Matter Reshaper, and ship it. Alright, what is up, my friends? Welcome to the Monday video here on CoolStuffInc.com. We're playing Tron on Arena in Historic. But you say, but Jim, there are no Tron lands on Arena. And I say to you, well, you're kind of right. We got Urza's Construction Drone here, a pretty awesome alchemy card recently. And Urza's Construction Drone conjures the Tron lands. For those who don't know what Tron lands are, first off, please go culture yourself, because Tron is a major part of Magic's lore for the past 30 years. But the Tron lands are 3 lands that are all colorless lands that tap for a colorless. However, they all have types. Urza's Tower, Urza's Mine, Urza's Power Plant. And if you happen to control all 3 of them, the Power Plant and Mine tap for 2, and the Tower taps for 3, so you get 7 mana. Tron's been a very, very popular deck in Modern for a very long time, casting Karn on turn 3, and stopped playing Standard when they were legal in Standard. And they're just like a major part of Magic lore also, by casting Fireballs back in the day or whatever. So we don't have the actual Tron lands, we can conjure them, and conjure means to just add the card to the game, which is an awesome thing you can do on the Arena platform you can't do in paper. It's just to kind of create cards, sort of like a token, but doing it like to the next level. So Urza's Construction Drone is a 3/3 for 3. And when it ETBs, you conjure a full set of a Tron into your deck. You shuffle it in. So 1 tower, 1 mine, 1 power plant. And then when it dies or attacks, you seek a land card. And seek means to draw a card of a subset of cards. Just draw a card only of a certain subset. You will draw one of these 3 power plants. Now, obviously, just shuffling into your deck, Tron lands typically play a ton of ways to go find the Tron. This deck is not doing that. However, if the Construction Drone lives, it will eventually build Tron, which is cool. But the reality is that a 3/3 for 3 that when it dies, you draw a land is pretty reasonable, especially in a colorless deck where you can't play that many cards anyway. So getting Tron it's sort of secondary thing that kind of can happen, but doesn't need to happen this deck to win. And aside from that, we're just playing a really cool all colorless deck. That's right, all colorless lands. This land could make a color, I suppose. Kind of wanted to play Safarian Void, but last time I played, everyone yelled at me about that. So we're playing the strictly better Crystal Grotto. And we're just making a ton of mana. And then we're doing a ton of big things with mana. So we have a bunch of mana rocks here. Mightstone, Guardian Idol, and Coldsteel Heart. I'm sure all you Commander players know about those. We got Matter Reshaper joining Construction Drone as a creature you can play in the mid-game, which can block things most importantly, but also attack Planeswalkers and things like that. Our 4-drop slot is Karn, the Great Creator, one of the best cards in the format. Honestly, one of the best cards in the Eternal formats right now, period. Very, very powerful card. We'll get to our sideboard in a little bit. For Solemn Simulacrum, which you can go get a basic land, and we've got basic waste now, which is super cool. Forsaken Monument's an awesome artifact, 5 mana for a double pump to your team. Most importantly, all of your colorless permanents tap for 2 instead of 1, and you gain life if you cast a colorless spell, so you can kind of catch back up on life and make up a bunch of mana for the mid game. And all that mana goes into Ugin the Ineffable, Wurmcoil Engine, and Ugin the Spirit Dragon, 2 extremely powerful top end cards that are very, very hard to beat. Now, the real cool thing about playing an all colorless deck is that your lands are freaking awesome. No basic lands here. All of our lands do something. So, Blast Zone, destroy small things. Crawling Barrens, creature land. Mutavault, creature land. We have Grotto here, which scries 1 mana ETBs, so like a little scry action. Field of Ruin's obviously great for killing utility lands, and some decks don't play that many basics, so you can kind of get them with that. Inventors Fair can gain life and 2 different artifacts. Really important here is a Radiant Fountain, which I think is a phenomenal land. Played this card a ton back in the day in a control decks. You should gain 2 life. You draw 2 fountains over the course of the game. That's an entire attack step you fog from your aggro deck, which is super cool. Or you've countered a lightning strike or something like that. And then 4 waste, as we said. Need to have basics to search for with Solemn Simulacrum and with Field of Ruin. Sideboard is all Karn targets. There aren't a lot of good choices for colorless sideboards anyway. So you have a bunch of utility cards here. Graveyard Hate, more Graveyard Hate, activated ability hate, Graveyard Hate. Liquimetal Coating is the most important card of a sideboard because it forms a combo with Karn where you can make the land an artifact and then plus the Karn to destroy it, meaning you can just app and destroy a land every turn, which is great. Sylex skill kills things, Stone Brain, good against combo decks. Mystic Forest draws card. The 4th Monument for when you really want it. Skysovereign's great. Other threats, Mightstone, Weakstone. You get the idea. I'm going to go through all these. Wurmcoil Engine, just powerful threats in the sideboard and a land here in Darksteel Citadel as well. So really, really cool, kind of fun mid-range ramp deck. Being colorless is really, really fun also, and maybe we'll assemble Tron. So let's get right to the games. First, we work with my sponsor at CoolStuffInc.com.
CoolStuffInc is proud to sponsor Jim Davis. We offer great deals on card games, tabletop RPGs, board games, and more. Get a free token featuring Jim Davis and take 5% off your next order if you use the code JIM5 at checkout. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
All right. Ooh, I like this end. Keep it. Mana Rocks and Solemn. What more could you possibly want? Little life gain, little blast zone. Opponent is playing Zerda the Dawnwalker. All companions are broken. This one is a little less broken than some others. It is actually banned in something, I think. I don't know. It does make a, I think, Grim Mono attack for infinite mana or something like that. So there are some combos with it for sure. But, don't know. Blue, black, white. Alright, so they're playing some sort of combo deck. Lazav the Multifarious here. EDB Surveil 1 comes a copy of things. This might be a Kethis combo deck. It's one of those in a while. I bet the wrong one, whatever. Play Heart, say go. Cold Heart. Imagine Kethis combo would be pretty good against us. Karn would be nice here. Turn off their Mox Ambers and stuff. Excuse me. Each permanent card in your starting deck has an activated ability. Yep, Kethis, sure. So Kethis allows you to, I've seen these cards for a long time, exile 2 legendary cards in your graveyard, and you may cast legendary cards from your graveyard. Okay. We got Field of Ruin here and Blast Zone. So we'll fire with the old Solemn. Get our lands going, and this is definitely a Karn matchup. We want to get Karn in play, turn off their Mox in, exile their graveyard, and so on. Kethis has a body, though. 3/4 for 3 is not small, so definitely need to watch out for that, but not the fastest clock of all time. So a lot of mana, but no real payoff at the moment. That's okay. Solemn draws a card when it dies. Pretty cool. We'll make it work. Kethis. Jace. This is a pretty good one. Jace, the Perfected Mind. So, Legend. And they're going to make themselves mill 15 cards. And they might actually just kill us now. Chromatic Sphere, Mox Amber, Emery, Lazav, which can copy the Emery in the graveyard and then start looping stuff. Nope. Gonna play Jace again.
Plans are already
and just mill 15 again. Pretty cool.
All your hopes and dreams were for nothing.
Do the old Kethis thing again. I can cast more cards. Cast the Mox Amber. Tap for mana. Wait, what? Oh, they need to exile more cards to play Mox Amber again, because the Mox Amber wasn't in the graveyard. Got it. So every time I want to cast Mox Amber, they got to do it. There's Kinnan Bonder Prodigy, which makes all of your non-land permanents tap for double mana. So exile 2 more. They can play Mox Amber again. Now it taps for 2. Exile 2 more. Play Mox Amber again. They have 4. And I guess Jace can just make them deck himself. This is pretty sweet, actually. This is doable in Pioneer, too, right? I guess no Chromatic Sphere in Pioneer. But mill 15 again. On Burial Rites. Sit back and watch here. It's kind of fun. Mox Amber again. So again, cat this Mox Amber. Just makes a lot of mana. That's 3. Here's an Emery. Mills 4. Jace again. Sure. This is a turn 4. Turn 4 combo here too. They're gonna mill me. They might be at the point now they can just play Jace 4 times and kill me. Which one they cast? I guess Emerald and more cards. That's pretty insane, actually. Jace is the kill card, but also the combo enabler. Yeah, it looks like they have enough. They can just keep playing the Moxen.
Weak-minded will be educated in Phyrexian's ways. The knowledge we have
They gotta do this
more vulnerable than
2 more times. Cast another one. Do it again.
Phyrexia showed me the truth. Flesh will always be your victory. Surrender every last thought.
I just keep making Jace dog over and over again. The Mox is in the graveyard. They've got 1 card in their own deck. That's all of it. Yeah, you got me. All right, that was really cool, honestly. Sometimes you just gotta tip your hat, you know. This deck's pretty sweet. I mean,
I will shatter
this deck is it's playable in Pioneer too. That's really cool. All right, well, no sideboard for us. We'll just try and make it work here. Obviously, Karn is very good against them, and yeah, let's see what we can do. All right, let's try it again. We're going to keep... It's pretty hard to mulligan his hand, honestly. We really want a Karn, but, like, we have all of our pieces, so... Gotta remember my pieces. Money! The dragon. Ooh. Never wake a sleeping dragon. Just like you never wake a sleeping baby. First rule of fatherhood. Let the little guy sleep. Hey, mulligan. Dragon goes back to sleep. Wish the baby would go back to sleep, right? Oh, boy. Alright, so we got Mutavault go. Honestly, I should have checked for P6, but... You're awake again? Just like the baby. Never goes to sleep. Never goes to sleep. Just cries instead and cries. Chromatic Sphere, you got it. Oh, not activate my Mutavaults. Alright, so play Wastes, play Guardian Idol. We got our drone going here. Try and get the drone happening. Chromatic Sphere. How important Chromatic Sphere is in this deck? It's not really part of the combo. Sphere again. And Emery. I mean, that's pretty good, obviously, but... Nothing over... Loran, Odawara. Odawara's so good in these decks. Alright, so we're gonna go land, Mindstone, Drone. Make some Tronies. Blue to white. Emmerich obviously recast the sphere, making it a card draw engine. Overgrown Tomb. And Relic of Legends. This is the mana artifact. Tap for a mana of any color, and you can tap an untapped legendary creature. Add a mana of any color, then play 2 mana, then play Lav, the Multifurious. And looking for a Bonder Prodigy, I would guess. So, let's attack. And we'll play the famous play of the old Eldrazi Tron decks back in the day in Modern, where they would, ooh, wow, that's fun. Where they would assemble Tron on turn 3 and go double Matter Reshaper. There you go, 1 Matter Reshaper, 2 Matter Reshaper, and ship it. Relic of Legends. What is Relic? So you tap on that legendary creature, right? So you can keep recasting your legends and then tapping them for mana, I suppose? Here's Loran of the third path. I can kill my Mindstone. It's totally fine. You don't mind that? 2 cards left for them. Also Takanuma. Man. Legendary lands are so good in decks with actual legends. Oh, wow. Get another Loran, though. So I haven't found Kethis yet, which is good. Play this Loran also and kill my idol? Alright. Kill your idols. Anyone? Alright, and... and we are just gonna keep Matter Reshaper them, I guess. Very modest plan. Unfortunately, our deck is definitely a lot better against fair decks than unfair decks. You know, if our opponent's playing a very linear strategy, you know, where our Wurmcoils and Ugins don't matter as much. We can't really grind because they're not trying to grind. They're trying to just kill us in a very direct way. But, all right, play land. And we're just going to go Mightstone, Drone. And counter Tron again. Attack with Matter Reshaper. If the drone attacks next turn, we get to get full Tron. Maybe Field of Ruin them, fire at the Mutavault, crack a Mightstone. Again, they might not have any basics because they're playing a crazy 4-color mana base. So, Positive Hero is so good here too. All right, yeah, do your thing. Dramatic Sphere, draw some cards. Loran can draw 2, I guess. Both players draw, alright, sure. Here's Solemn. Thoughtseize. Guts. And Lavinia. Wow. Lavinia Azorius Renegade. And Kethis. Oh, that's a problem. Lavinia says each opponent can cast non-creature spells with mana value greater than the number of lands that player controls. This is like an anti-Tron card, honestly. So I have an Ugin, I can't play it because I don't have 8 lands in play. So, nasty. They just have, like, really good stuff against us anyway. And then, combo-wise, and they also have this, Lavinia here, too, and kill my mind. Alright, this is a beating. Honestly, play Zob. Surveil. And our beatdowns are a bit... I guess we can just attack anyway, because if our drone dies, we get our thing. They're going to mill some more cards. I got an Emery. Tap for Emery. Mill some more cards. Play another Zav. Okay, this is a powerful card. Definitely a powerful card. Legendary spells you cast can one less to cast. And then exile 2 legendary cards from your graveyard until end of turn. Each legendary card in your graveyard gains you may play this card from the graveyard. So they're just doing it again. I mean, can they like go off here? Are they like all the way there? At the moment they're just exiling stuff. They can play Kinnan here. No. There's Jace. So here's Kinnan. Yeah, they just have us again. This is turn 5, turn 4. Wow. Man, 2 turn 4 kills. Just, I mean, obviously we're not like thought seizing them or killing their creatures or whatever. So they kind of have like, you know, we're just a goldfish basically. But this deck is sweet. This deck's really, really cool. I'm very impressed.
Phyrexia's plans are already.
Like, what about this deck is unique to Historic?
I pull one thread.
Like, I feel like we like missed this deck for the Pioneer Pro Tour. Like, all these cards are Pioneer legal. What, you know, we missed something. But yeah, super cool. All right, so they have enough to cast this again. They could play Jace, mill himself, I think. Maybe Emery's enough anyway, honestly. I don't know what Jace is. And it's so cool because like Jace just like a fine, fair planeswalker to play if you're just like playing against Jund or whatever. Not Jund, but like Rakdos or whatever mid-range deck.
Surrender your mind to Phyrexia's will.
Milled himself.
All your hopes and dreams.
Plaza Heroes, good mana fixer too. Alright, yeah, look pretty dead here. And we got, how many cards left? We do have 37 cards left, but I guess they have like a million Jaces here though, so.
Phyrexia showed me the truth. Flesh will always be. I will. Nothing will be more.
Listen to Jace give a monologue here. Soliloquy.
Your hope is wasted. You cannot win. Retreat is the surrender every last thought to Phyrexia.
They have no cards in their deck. So The mods actually have the Mox. Yeah, they got us. All right, yeah, that was actually really awesome. Kudos to them. That deck looks freaking sweet. All right, let's roll. On the play. Hand's great. Mana rocks. Mana creatures. Mana lands. Opponent's thinking about it. So Fountain here is great. A lot of value from our lands. We got the drone to get our Tron going. And of course, if I can't kill it, we can draw Tron lands. If not, we can just block with it and get a land, which is great. Solemn gets a land, draws a card. Some good value creatures here. Seachrome Ghost. And the Deflector might be a few different things here, honestly. And we're going to go hold our Blast Zone for secrecy's sake. And play Inventors Fair. Play a tap land here. Just play the Idol. So you go. Next turn we get Solemn. Karn turns off the Might. I don't know if they're like auras or artifact deck or could be a lot of things here, I suppose. The one Might with a little extra Might. Shacklegeist. So I guess they're a Spirits deck. Just playing the Might as a 1-drop. Okay. Little Mother of Runes action, I suppose. And then deciding if they want to attack or not. Well, this thing gives protection and hexproof from colors, and we're not playing any colors, so... Alright, so we're going to play the Solemn here. We cast Drone and Heart next turn. Get our lands, they go. And how many counterspells they have here. This could get pretty interesting, honestly. Obviously, counterspells are good against our big cards, but we get some good grindy elements here as well. Pathway. Supreme Phantom just coming at us. All right. Attack for 3. You got it. Tap down to 1. I mean, if we drew a land there, I'm stoked. Because they can't spell Pierce a Wurmcoil Engine, but we didn't, unfortunately. So the options are to just play Karn. And if they have spell Pierce, it's terrible. Play another Solemn and get a land. Or we just play Drone and a Coldsteel Heart, which I like a lot better, I think. So let's talk about Solemn, because it ain't blocking. And let's play the Drone and the Coldsteel Heart. Not in that order to play on Spell Pierce. We have his Blast Zone here too, which is important to note. So here's a Coldsteel Heart. We can choose any color we want. Let's choose black. Let's play our Urza's Construction Drone. Matter Reshaper, okay. Is Mana Titan Historic? I don't remember actually. Might be. Conjure our Tron and say go. They do have a pretty fast clock now, unfortunately. I guess they have the Tapper too. They need to have a instant speed Spirit, and I can attack for 1 with the Might. That's a little annoying, but sure. These flying threats are very annoying for us because we have these ground creatures which are supposed to block. And in for a chunk. Gain a life, which is cool. Drop Field of Ruin, which is also cool. Let's just attack and conjure our Tron land. And Blast Zone on 2 is in play. Karn, what can Karn get? Crypt, Cage, Needle. Filigree Sylex is pretty slow. Skysovereign is pretty expensive. Probably just play Wurmcoil and see where it takes us, honestly. They can tap it, obviously, but it requires them to leave attackers back. It buys more time. And then we can perhaps set up for our Blast Zone or something like that. Land 5. We are short a mana to Karn for the boot. Alright, so the Geists are in. That's 6. They do have lethal over 2 turns. Which is unfortunate. gonna say go. All right. Looks like we're dead. I'm sorry, we get a life too. So another construction drone. We move to combat. They tap the Wurmcoil, and then we can like Karn Solemn and hope we don't. We're just dead, I guess, right? Yeah, we can't really do anything else. Yeah, I think they just got us. Let's see if they let us stack or not. Probably won't, but. These shotgun guys got us good here. Let's draw land number 2. And fire up the Karnski. I don't think there's a card that saves us here, but yeah, Monument Forge, Leveler, Sylex. Yep. I think that's it. Alright, next game. So, no sideboarding because we don't have a sideboard. So, I'll play. Ugin. Alright, this is fine. We get Mightstone, drone. I can't really kill the drone, so they'll probably draw us a land or two, which is great. Coast to the most. We draw Crawling Barrens. Mightstone. End step. Spectral Sailor. Untap and see what's next. Are they playing Curious Possession in their deck? They are playing Curious Possession. Okay. This is the fix. This is the really, really good draw out of this deck. If they have the Geistlight Snare as their last card, this is the optimal draw. AKA the Stone Cold Nuts. Alright. I mean, go get him, buddy. No Stone Cold Nuts. Alright. Conjure Tron. And again, they're unlikely to have blockers. So this thing might get in once, twice, and draws our Tron lands too, which is great. End step, Sailor number 2. I mean, we got this Blast Zone right here, so that might be our shot next turn. Just kill actual everything. Attack with the drone. They'll allow it. That's one land. Yeah, we got this clutch Blast Zone here. That's what we're all about. Play Blast Zone and say go. On their upkeep, I'll pop this. Yeah, works too. Pop the bomb. Could have slipped out the back or something like that, so we just blow it up now. In theory, they could play a new Obsession, but whatever. 13. Draw Mutavault. It's attack step. Get the drone we can't. Alright, we're working on Tron, folks. We're getting there. Here's a tower. Tower of power. And we're just going to cast the monument here. It's probably going to get countered, but I think it's fun. We're just building up to Ugin anyway, so. Cast the monument. Yeah, never ever resolves in a million years, which is fine. Gotta work through those counters somehow. We're at 13 life. We're drawing the last Tron piece next turn, which is great. A lot of their counters are soft counters too, so that's pretty awesome as well. Just keep droning on and on and on. In one complete unbroken sentence. There's folks. Tron online. Well, next turn, but yeah. All right. Coming in. What do you got for me? Take 3. We're like sort of winning the race too, which is a little weird, but play drone number 2. Not as good as the first one, obviously, because we only do so much with Tron. And that's enough for them currently. All right, they didn't even know it was coming. Back in the game. All right, it's not gonna be easy here. On the draw against Spirits. Spirits obviously very good against big mana decks, but we'll see what we can do. Not this hand. All killer, no filler. I'm mulligan this one. Mulligan into. Ooh, it's a 1-lander. I think we have to keep, though, honestly. We've got 2 good 3 drops, the mana rocks we need, and the Ugin. I'm going to keep. Keep this, ship Coldsteel Heart, and just hope we draw a land. We got 20, we have a 40% chance to draw a land in 2 shots. I'll take that. Not going to 5. Here's the Wanderer. That's the opposite of a land, but alright. Big spot. Do they have the Curious Possession? They do. Alright. Yeah, that's the pretty good draw. Again, unfortunately. Land. Yes. Alright, Guardian Idol first. So they have a Stone Cold Nuts again. Alright, so Creature Obsession, Geistlight Snare. Pretty good. Shield's down now, but now we draw land. We did not draw land. Alright, yeah, they got us. What are you gonna do? Need to make those land drops. The drone could have helped, but now we're a turn behind on the draw against their really good draw. Probably just a little too slow. No land again. Well, that's a bummer. They're going to counter our next 3 spells. No, it's a resolve, actually. All right. Conjure it in. Sigil, unfortunately. Still no land. Got to make those land drops. You're playing Ugin in your deck, yeah. 3, 6, 7. 2-turn clock. Yeah, we're just dead. Yeah, that's the breaks. Realistically, they are a very linear deck with counter spells, so it's hard to imagine a worse matchup. Our guys can't block their creatures. They have cheap counter spells. Fast clock. All right, you got me. You got me. I'll give up. You got me. Take it easy. All right, let's rock and roll. Radiant Fountain, Waste, Idol, and a couple creatures. The cool thing here also is that our creatures just block, which is important. If your deck's all ramp spells, you're not really attacking planeswalkers or blocking when things go wrong. So, hand's great. We have a 2-mana rock and then a couple creatures. We see Forest, we see Elvish Mystics. Hopefully this is not, sorry, I'm Radiant Fountain. Hopefully this is not Mono Green Devotion. Mono Green Devotion is exceedingly powerful in Historic right now. It's not, it's Elves, actually. All right, so looks like it's Ugin or bust here. Elves is a very, very fast linear deck in the format. It doesn't interact very well. It doesn't play against Master Pool very well. But if you're looking to just get your opponent dead in Goldfish, Elves kills on turn 4 or 5 almost every game. So here's Nykthos. Of course, very, very good. Sky Shroud, look out. ETB Seeking Elf, the reach. And there's Elvish Archdruid. It's also very, very good. And a Visionary. So yeah, their next turn is going to be pretty nasty. We draw a Guardian Idol. So we're going to play Solemn here. And it really feels like pretty much Ugin or bust. Just that kind of matchup. Get a Waste and say go. We actually naturally draw on 2 of our 4 wastes, which is kind of not ideal for our Solemns in hand, but alright, here comes Dwin's Elite. And they're going to pay and draw. They have essentially infinite mana at this point between Nykthos and Elvish Archdruid. Tap for 7. Tap for 13. Tap for untap. Cast Company. Company reveals 2 War Masters. Yeah, I mean, this is just, this is turn 4. This is what the elf deck does. So, we're going to pump and attack. Am I dead? 5, 10, 15, 20. Not dead yet, actually. The problem is we can't cast Ugin next turn, so we're effectively dead. Let's draw a card, sure. Okay, so yeah, pretty brutal game 1 there. Definitely not the best matchup. So as far as sideboarding goes, we have no sideboard cards. So we're playing Karn. So it really is just a race to Ugin, honestly. We're both sort of doing linear things, but their deck definitely does a lot faster of a linear thing. We don't really have the removal spells to punish them. Anger the Gods, Fatal Push, etc. So we'll see what we can do. All right, try it again on the play. And hand is, this time, not as good. Because we're lacking a turn 2 mana rock. Although we do have the Grotto to scry for it. We have 10 mana rocks. So we're looking at 8, 16, 20% to draw 1. Plus a scry. I'm going to keep this. We have the Ugin. We have some mid-game stuff. I think we need to get a little lucky here. So it's a pretty bad matchup. So let it ride. They're going to mulligan. Little fairy bud there. All right. Crystal Grotto. And Radiant Fountain bottom. We're bottoming any card that's not a 2-mana mana rock here. Shepherd. That's good at least. Got Field of Ruin. Alright, so a whiff on the mana rock. We do have a construction drone into a Solemn, so we're working that angle. Turn 1 Shepherd, obviously not very useful against us. We don't have any counter spells, and it's not a mana elf, which is very important. So, like to see that. They have a Sky Shroud Lookout, which is uncounterable. Steek's an elf. So just if you won 1 so far, if they cannot play an Archdruid next turn, that'd be really good for us. Oh, I just misclicked. Wow. So they just punted, and because they attack so quickly, I just misclicked. Mutavault can block here for free, and I just missed it. So, click too fast while I was talking. It's all your fault, viewer. Alright, so we're going to drone here. And drone it up. We're going to go get some Tron lands into our deck. I believe this does not show, unfortunately. So, in theory, they should have 1 less elf in play. But also, in theory, they shouldn't have attacked. So, Freyalise Sky Shroud Partisan. This is the card that makes the elf deck viable. An obscenely good planeswalker. Very, very powerful. Untaps elves, draws cards, conjures Regal Force, ultimates quickly, everything you could ever want because it's so good against the cards that are naturally good against elves like sweepers. The good news is we can attack it, which is kind of cool. But not very good here because here speed is their greatest ally because I don't have much removal. And once I cast Ugin, I win anyway. So I think that's very, very good for us. We're actually going to attack first. We'll attack this Freyalise. We'll conjure the first Tron piece. And they're not going to block. Cool. 1 Tron piece down. And we'll cast ourselves a Solemn. Get a land, so they go. So that's 5 mana. The goal of the game is to get to 8. Get to 8, win the game. Very polarized matchup. Elvish War Master, sure. Gonna pump the Lookout and play another Lookout. Make an elf, conjure an elf, sure. That's great, honestly. They had an attack and chose not to do it, I guess, to try and defend their Freyalise. We draw a Wurmcoil Engine, and now I get to attack again. So just attack with the drone. Get Tron land number 2. I imagine they're gonna block here to deny us the 3rd Tron land, but honestly, like I said in the deck tech, the important part here is that we're just drawing cards. Even though we don't assemble Tron, this thing just drew 2 cards. A 3-mana 3/3 that draws 2 cards is awesome. And then when it dies, I get less Tron line also. So now we're in amazing shape. So play the mine, and we can Wurmcoil or Matter Reshapers here. We can push Wurmcoil. Play the Wormy and say go, and we have Tron next turn. Super cool. Here's an Archdruid, but it's way too late. The game is already over. So they find some magical way to win the game this turn. We're going to cast Ugin. We're going to minus it. We're going to win the game. And of course, Ugin in an all-colorless deck is literally all one-sided. It's not like you're killing your own stuff or whatever. Like, everything you have lives. Everything they have dies. And If it wasn't good enough already. Tron online. Here's your Ugin. Pack it up. -3. And there it is. My stepson John, he's like 12 now, but when he was like 6, he would watch me play Magic on a little bit when I was playing Tron, preparing for all the old SCG events. And he'd be like, Jim, whenever you cast the Ugin card, they just scoop. Like, yeah, just how it goes. You know? 8 mana for a Planeswalker, pretty good. Alright, game 3. The problem, of course, here is now we're on the draw. But we're going to keep. We have double drone, which could definitely get us Tron in this. So, if they have a fast draw, we're just dead. But, like, the reality... Oh, you have Shepherd again? Oh, wow, that's awesome. The reality is that we can't really stop that anyway. So, let's play Radiant Fountain first, because I'm not sure what I want to scribe for yet. Let's gain 2 life. Now we have Idle into Drone, and the 2 drones can conjure Tron lands, which is cool. Here's a Visionary, so the non-land or off draws we can beat, I think. If they have turn 1 Elf, turn 2 Archer, we can never win, I don't think. But, alright, let's just Radiant Fountain again. So I've gained 4 life so far this game, which is awesome. I freaking love Radiant Fountain. The card's excellent. Then next turn's a Drone. There's the Archdruid. It is a turn later than we would have liked. It still beats too, honestly, but we draw it wastes. Alright, so just pick a Structure Drone. And we'll Drone. Conjure the Tron into our deck. Play Grotto and Scry. We see Field of Ruin, bottom that. Alright, so we just gotta stay alive. Somehow, some way. Here's a Mystic. They can draw. Leaf Crown Visionary draws cards, of course, off Elves. Very, very powerful. They have a mana for the Shepherd, too, almost. Yeah, so next turn, we're probably just almost dead next turn, honestly, yeah. I think we're still not good enough. Their turn 5 kill is going to get us. They get to Shepherd here. They still have 3 mana left, too. Wow. So, in theory, everything next turn is going to be a 5/5. They're going to... Oh, no. No. Waste is a basic land, but it does not have a land type for some reason. So Boseiju has no drawback against us. Field of Ruin, no problem. Boseiju, wow, that's going to kill us. Alright, Seek a Tron land, but now we're super dead. Yeah. So this is what Elves is, honestly. Super linear. You know, if we had a Wrath of God or Anger of the Gods here, they can never win. If you don't, they win most of the time. Very polarized deck. But yeah, everything's a 5/5 next turn. I'll make them do it, I guess. But play Solemn, get a land. We gain 4 life this game, but just not enough for the onslaught of Elves that's about to happen here. They can activate Archdruid. They can actually just activate the castle, pump Archdruid, have all 6/6s. They're going to draw a card instead. I mean, play an Elf, sure. Don't do that. What? Don't give me hope. Oh man, they're actually, let's let them go off. Let them have their fun. You know, they came to do the Elf thing. They're doing the Elf thing. We came with our only removal spell costing 8, so happens. And there you go. So 7/7s, they attack, and they got us. All right, so GG. Just not a very good matchup. Elves again, very, very linear. Really good in some spots, and not so good in others, but it's okay. Let nobody say that I only show the wins. Honestly, this is fine. You know, this deck is definitely good against fair decks and not good against unfair decks. Very similar to Tron in Modern, you know, where you play against Infect or Storm, you know, in Modern, and you're in for a bad time with Tron, but you play against the mid-range decks, the creature decks, whatever like that, you're fine. But unfortunately, the decks we played against were all very linear. The combo deck being excellent against us. If we drew Karn, I think we were okay. Honestly, Karn's very good against them. And then the Elf deck, just super linear. And you know, these decks just are just like putting all the stuff in play and just like kind of doing their thing, and they're doing it really, really, really fast, and not trying to interact. That's pretty tough for us. So Definitely a fun deck. Definitely need to be aware of its weaknesses. And unfortunately, we saw the weaknesses all in a bunch in a row. Didn't get any good matchups, but that's the break sometimes. So that's Magic. It happens. I think it's important to recognize that that's okay. That's going to happen sometimes, and it is what it is. So definitely a fun little brewski, though. If you like Tron lands, play it out and check it out. So I'm Davis with CoolStuffInc.com, and I promise you next week we'll win more games than this week. Or I'm going to get fired.